where there are questions, if anything, asked from the auditor's report, that particular section, whether basis of opinion or management responsibility or auditor's responsibility, other responsibilities, or the key section of auditor's responsibility, where there are some in the report, you'll be having various sections. I believe you might have seen the auditor's report in practical. If you go to the websites, you'll be having something else. Okay, so those things are there actually. Even if required, I will try to show it here in some of the companies where I worked in the previous organizations. So the same thing, it will be there actually. Okay, so the point over here is, especially the questions asked from these sections, particular areas, you have to present the answers like in the paragraph wise, because in the auditor's report you will not have point wise. And also, most important thing is, for your knowledge purpose or for you to recap that point, I have also mentioned a section number. Okay, as I go through, I'll be telling you. But in any of the auditor's report, auditors, we will not mention any section. The purpose over here is for you to easily remember in the examination point of view. I have just included the section number so that at least by recapping the section number, you will come to know, okay, we have to present this particular point in the form of paragraph. Okay, especially for this chapter, you have to be very cautious. At the same time, there are some questions from this chapter where you can write point wise as usual. Okay, because in general, any questions, any theory papers, we will be presenting point wise only. But this particular chapter alone, we have to be more and more cautious. Okay, I will take you through this in detail further right now. So basically, the auditor's report is, first of all, what is auditor's report? Generally, I don't want to straight away jump into the theory chapter. You might be knowing about it. I just want to listen from you what you understood from this keyword auditor's report. Anyone wanted to attempt, or you want me to take you through? Because if you know certain things, I can skip those area and we can move on to the next topic. That's what it is. Anyone want to attempt?
Sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, by collecting the audit evidence, the auditor draws up a audit report. Maybe that's it.
Okay, at least you attempted, appreciated, at least like you gave a chance. Okay, fine. Anyone wants to say something? Okay, I'll move on. Okay, see, basically this is a report actually. Okay, when this report is prepared, the report has been prepared once the audit is completed. When the auditor will come to know when the audit is completed, we dealt in the previous chapter also, unless he is getting convincing, qualitative and appropriate audit evidence has been obtained, those have been properly documented. Once he's getting satisfied, okay, that all the evidence have been obtained. So once these things are satisfied and he's getting comfortable, and he also ensures that all the areas as per the checklist, the review and he has examined the financial statements is completed. Now the time has come to close the audit. So while closing the audit, what he'll do, he has to issue an audit report. This is the main thing, is duties of auditors, duties of auditor under section 143.3 subsection 3. 143 subsection 3 is the most important thing, because for every chapter there is a duties are there. Even CNG is having his own duties. We might have studied about it, correct? So here also he is having his own duties. If you see the section companies audit, under section 143 is one of the most duties are there, where it's one of the 143.3 under that section. One of the point is he has to issue the report. Section 143 contains various points. Under that, one of the point is he has to issue the auditor's. It is duties. It is the duty of the auditor to issue the auditor's report. Okay. So now, what is the main objective in this? What he is going to achieve? You have to study in this way. So then only you'll be able to keep all these points in your mind. Okay. The main objective is he is expressing an opinion, like to show, as you rightly said, to show that financial statements are free from material misstatements, free errors. If there is anything fraud or errors there, you have to report them also. How the auditor's report has to be, whether it can be like a paragraph, no, Okay, imagine if you're going to doctor, the doctor medical reports say on top of it, it mentions the patient name from the laboratory name or the hospital name, and the below it will be the laboratory person who signs that report, correct? The particular the who does the scanning and all, the diagnosis scanning and all he'll do. Especially, I remember everyone will be having would have gone to the hospitals. Even when I was taking my spouse to the hospital during his maternity time, so the when they do the scanning, they issue a report. So I was wondering why the doctor is not sending why that particular scan, because that particular person who is doing the scanning, he has studied that course in scanning, that whether the infant is very good growing and everything. He studied. I mean, he studied about that, and he is able to see in the scanned report, analyze anything critical is there or not. So he gives us a report. So like that, we are also giving a report for the financial statements. How come? You are ensuring that the management prepares the financial statement in line with accounting standards. You are ensuring whether the what to say, what are the assumptions, or what are the better word is judgments. Okay, judgments taken by the managements are in line. Because of the judgments, what to say, it shouldn't be ending up with the prejudice. Okay, if it shouldn't cause any harm to the organization, it shouldn't affect the going concern as per SA 570. Okay, so like these things you are correlating, you have to correlate, and finally you are trying to express an opinion on the financial statements as per SA 700. Okay, what is SA 701? If there is any key audit matters, if you remember, we discussed this in the previous class. What is key audit matters means, like sometimes some organization might be using a judgments a more highly, like what to say, which is more beyond the situation. So sometimes you have to assess whether that judgment used by the management, it shouldn't affect the going concern, or neither it shouldn't impact the financial statement. So those type of assumptions you have to highlight about in this particular report. So when you say a report means it is one report only. Under that report, you do have various sections, key audit matters, auditors responsible. Various sections are there. I believe I'm giving a simple example, medical report only, where you would have seen it a glucose range, sugar range, BP range. You might have seen someone of your relation or your parents, something you might have seen it when they have gone to the hospital. Probably of your relatives, you might have seen it verified. So like that, we also give section wise when how doctors is having like section wise. Okay, in this range in the urine test, blood test, all these cholesterol tests will be having like that. We also have section wise. See, why I'm giving example is you will not forget this in your life, because even my mentor taught me like this only. So I'm just cascading it to you so that you understand. Rather, I won't be selfish of it. I'm a person like giving the knowledge transfer the more transparent way. So like that. So this section says about this SA 701. Okay, and what is SA 705? Okay, if he wants to express clearly an appropriate modified opinion, already report is issued. Okay, and now you feel that, oh no, the report is wrong. So what you do is, you as per SA 705, you can modify your appropriate audit opinion. But but SA 705 you cannot use frequently as and when you require. Okay, there are some circumstances, only at those circumstances only you can apply this SA 705. As and when we deal this chapter, you will come to know at when situation and what circumstances. Okay, the last one is SA 706, emphasis of matter paragraph and other matter paragraph, which means that you are highlighting, you are stressing. There are some import key things. Already 701 is key audit matters. 706 is further more important. Okay, so that also we will be dealing with this chapter. Under what aspects? So basically, 701 is the most important common thing, where when the year in audit is finished, you are supposed to issue the auditor's report. Your duty is to issue audit report under section 143. But the audit report states that in accordance with the standards SA 700, with the standards auditing, when you are preparing financial statement in accordance with the accounting standards, so this also you have to prepare on it, because accounting policy is different. That is what we say when you say AS, accounting policies. In that manner, you have to do the accounting for the financial statement. But when you do the audit, you have to examine in accordance with the standards auditing by comparing all the essays. You remember? Now, What is the objectives? Again, be very cautious in the institute material. These questions and all you can write point wise, but there are some specific areas where you have to write paragraph wise. I'll tell you. This particular slide, no problem. If any theory questions they ask you, you can present them rightly. And moreover, I have used some abbreviations. Okay, don't read in a wrong abbreviation. If you don't find that particular explanation, either get back to me or kindly check the institute material under this particular section. You will get the abbreviation expansion. Rather than mentioning some other abbreviation expression, then the answer will go completely. The entire thing will go for a toss. Okay, so you have to be very cautious on it. So, what is the objectives? Yes, I told you you have to form an opinion on the financial statement. How you are evaluating on the conclusion drawn from the audit evidence obtained. I think more or less you said, but the basic thing is how you should make a story on the outside, how it has been done, when the audit is started, when the audit engagement. So right from the chapter audit documentation, you have to correlate everything. Okay. To express clearly opinion through a written report. Yes, we have to give a written report. It's our duties. Now, to form an opinion, when the FS is prepared, in all, first of all, FS is prepared by the management only. So when they are preparing in all material aspects, in accordance with the financial reporting framework, there is a most important nomenclature word, FRP, because we prepare the financials in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. There is a skeleton is there, okay, schedules is there. You have to follow that thing. Whether the auditors obtain reasonable assurance. So you have to ensure that are you satisfied. Whether your financial statements are free from material misstatements. Okay. Third one, due to fraud and error. Okay. For each and everything, you do have an essay point also. Okay. I thought of writing it up, but again, it will be too much complicated for you to read. Okay. I also made it very simple. But wherever essay I have quoted here, you can quote them. Okay. Next one. Conclusion. You are ensuring that sufficient audit evidence has been obtained, correct, and you are documenting themselves, and you are ensuring that whether any uncorrected material statements, individual or aggregate, you are ensuring that there is nothing is there. Okay, whether uncorrected, you ensure that all are rectified, everything, and then the evaluations. So basically, this is about how it is the your objectives of auditor. The next one is qualitative aspects of entities accounting practice. Most important qualitative aspects. It is not from the auditor's point of view. It is about the entities accounting practice, because we all know the managements only prepare the financial statement. So as I said, they might have taken a lot of judgments. I'll tell you, judgments means as per AS 15. I think the employee benefits, that they will use the employee benefits assumption. Insurance, leases. So a lot of assumptions they may take. Okay, even AS 19. Okay, so when they take all these assumptions, okay, so you will be having something like what to say. You have to see what type of judgment and approach taken by the management. At the end of the day, I'll tell you the impact. At the end of the day, uh, this should not be a bias. Bias means a prejudice to the company, because either causing an harm to the organization like that. Okay, so you have to be very cautious on this judgment. And not only that, SA 260 means we all know that it is the auditors communication to those charged with the corporate governance, TCWG. We have studied this word previously. So you should also make sure that whether that is also being discussed during the meeting with the organization. So you have to ensure that that is also being complete onto it. So because due to this above, if you are not able to assess these judgments and all, what will happen? It will lead into a bias. Then what will happen? Due to the lack of neutrality, your unawareness, the financial statement will become uncorrected till the last end of the audit, and without unknowingly or knowingly, you will also sign the financials, and which will cause to materially misstated. And because of this action not taken, it will be a big due to a fraud and errors. So in such cases, you have to corrective actions to be taken on these misstatements, and you have to brought to the attention of the management during the course of the audit. Okay, when you read this point, especially this point wise, sometimes it might looks not correlated, but this is the situation. Okay, so even you can frame your sentences when you read the institute material. You can also frame your sentences in a way that you have to ensure that adequate number of judgments, whatever disclosures to be made actually. So these things all has to be covered onto it because these are the qualitative aspects. So in this here, the main thing is two essays are there. One is 216 auditors communications with those charged with the corporate governance and risks, and the second is the 540 the accounting estimates. Especially these accounting estimates will be applicable where the for the provisions of bad debts, especially when the few couple of years back when the IFRS 9, the financial instruments for the what to say, the ECL, expected credit loss. This is a word from the IFRS point of view. So when the outstanding is becoming huge, so you have to provide the bad debts and provisions based on this standard approach and estimates. So there is some factoring percentage, all are involved based on the geographical maps and the locations. Each country will be having a different percentages approach. So that is an estimates taken by the management. So you need to assess about it, how it has been done on it. So like this, I'm just giving an example. Many things are there. So even for ESOPs, sometimes some management they take assumptions on the ESOPs also. So you have to be very cautious and ensure that whether all the estimates have been taken from, because at the end of the day, whatever assumptions taken, you are going to pass on entry the provision which is touches the P&L and liability gets created, your profit gets reduced onto it. Okay, so these things you have to be very cautious. Even deferred tax calculation, sometimes some transactions they might say it will not occur, timing differences. So even those things also it is there. So it depends upon the nature of transactions. You have to ensure the accounting estimates taken are properly been reviewed and assessed during the course of audit. Now, specific evaluation by the auditor. Some points when you read, it might look at the same thing when you might have read the beginning of the chapters and all, but there will be some catch will be there because the questions will be asked in a way that from the auditor's report point of view. So when you prepare a report, the questions will be asked. So you have to read the question properly, how the question has been framed. Since in this chapter we are dealing with auditor's report, so you make sure that these particular aspects are covered from the auditor's report, how it is issued and when it is issued, and what are the aspects considered in terms of specific things. So what is the definitions, all these things from this chapter point of view you have to be very cautious. Now coming back here, specific evaluation. So when you say specific evaluation, how it has been evaluated. So as I say, you have to evaluate the financial statement, ensure that disclosures are certain and applied properly, adequately disclosed. Okay, and these policies should be appropriate and consistent because when the financial statements are prepared, it is done by the AS only. So last year for the depreciation method, if you followed one method, this year also you should follow consistently same method. And then see that again the accounting estimates taken made by the management should be reasonable as per SA 560. Financial statement should provide adequate disclosure for the users to understand any material transactions. So wherever it's any critical, you have to give proper disclosure on the notes and accounts. See, disclosures are there. Let me one second. Let me just show you one sample auditor's report. Then you'll be able to understand what it is. Wait, because if I take you something little bit of practical session, then you'll be able to BD financials. See, this is an international thing. Okay, even Indian companies, whichever companies follow as per IND-AS, they are supposed to prepare in this approach only. Okay, other companies level 2, level 3 and all, they prepare the normal way. But just at the end of the day, still it's audit report. It doesn't mean that you cannot say that I studied in India, so I cannot prepare a report. A company based in Dubai. So tomorrow, when you are getting a job in Dubai, no other option. You have to study and then move forward. Even many Indians are working in ENY and Big Fours are working. Okay, just a minute. It's getting downloaded. Not sure whether this will show a correct thing. it is there. Let me do a download. See, he is the Dubai Sheikh ruler actually. These companies are belongs to them. You'll straight away go to the auditor's report page number. See, board of directors report. Many are there actually. Okay. Oh, where it is? I saw now somewhere. 136, 138 page number. It's not going. Okay. Right, all right. Now it came the exact thing. Okay. Okay. See here. So first of all, the auditors are Deloitte, one of the big four. Okay. They are giving their addresses here where this report is prepared and signed. See, place of signature means where this report is prepared and where he is signing. The title is Independent Auditor's Report. Even we have the same title, Independent Auditor's Report. To whom it has been addressed? It is always addressed to the shareholders. He is the patient name. Just for example, I'm correlating you. Okay. And then you can see here opinion, basis of opinion, key audit matters. Okay. See, key audit matters means see it is going for paragraph wise, it is going. They have been explaining like anything else. You can see here. Okay. So if you read this, it will be good experience also as usual. Okay. And again, see, responsibility of the management and those charged the governance. This is the most important point is the auditor's responsibility. So like this, many sections are there. Okay. I'm just telling you. And if you see all these sections, they are writing in the form of paragraph only. There is no point wise or either section number is there. All paragraph only. Okay. And this has been quoted onto it. Okay. And the most important thing is after the auditor's report, you have this balance sheet. Okay. And then the P&L there. Okay. It's a consolidation statement. Okay. And then P&L and then it is followed by the cash flow. Equity is there. I think cash flow also will be here. See here, cash flow is here. You can see operating activities, financing activities, investing activities, all are here. Okay, you can see cash flow is also here, and also the equity movement. This is the most important thing, and then followed by the notes and accounts. Notes and accounts is prepared by the either IFRS or accounting standards. Here they prepare by IFRS. You can see here all they would have mentioned the numbers. See here the judgments estimates. So each and every point in the notes and accounts, you are supposed to disclose them right from the judgments and accounting estimate, because this is the most important thing. Especially under this point, you have many things you have here. So you will come to know for whichever transactions they have taken the judgments and estimates. See, this keeps on going. This is the most important impairment of goodwill, contingents, many things are there. So you will come to know where the assumptions are being taken onto it. Okay. So like these things are the, especially notes and accounts means it covers all the accounting standards, right? From it could be AS 11, AS 13 investments. Okay. If it is a amalgamation means AS 14, deferred tax, borrowing cost, Whatever the AS 11 foreign exchange rate, whatever it contains, everything it will be coming onto it. Okay, so this is how it has been worked on. Impairment means in our accounting standards is AS 28, but there in IFRS and IAS it is totally different thing. See, ECL, expected credit loss. As I told you, as per the IFRS 9, for the bad debts provision, they have to impair the provision. So they have to pass on to it. So this ECL, so they have to use the weighted estimate of the credit losses. These have been followed in that approach method. So you have to be very cautious on this. Okay, but some things are not there. I'm just giving you a picture. So after seeing this practical thing, now if I explain you from my PowerPoint, you will be able to understand. Especially the auditor's report. Key thing is you have this section. See, opinion, basis of opinion. All these things are there. Okay, let me go to my PowerPoint presentation and coming back here. So in this specific evaluation means yes. So you have to ensure that terminology used in the financial statements is appropriate. Information is financial statements relevant, reliable, and comparable and understandable. Most important thing. If the amount of disclosure in financial statement under scrutiny, then a small misstatement also will be more significant. So you have to be more cautious. So specific evaluation has to be taken care on these things, on the all these points. There could be something a 2 mark questions also. So be very cautious on this thing. Now, basic definition means general purpose financial statement and whether there's general purpose framework. So you have to ensure that financial statement is prepared in accordance with the general purpose framework. Because as I told you, that framework is the schedules is there in the same order. So that as you saw, first auditor's report, and then the financials means the balance sheet, and then the P&L, cash flow, and then the notes and accounts. So like these things, it keeps in a following order. Okay. And the most important thing I forgot to mention you, especially in the notes and accounts, you can see the balance sheet number, notes number 9, right? It means that the point number 9, when you go down to the notes and accounts, you can see some explanation what they have given onto it. Okay, at least one situation I just want to give you an example. See here, so they have given a breakup, previous year, current year. It is in drams, million AED. So you have to 5950 into million. I mean 10 into 10 lakhs you have to apply, and then into the conversion rate between India and the drams is it is you can say 25 rupees. So that will be the amount. It will be huge numbers. It will be a big thing actually. Okay. So this is how it is, and you can see the under point number 9 they are given some explanation, which means that you have to give a brief onto it. Okay, so how it has been done. Okay, so this is about the cash. So if you read this point, you can see the reserves equipment are kept at the central bank of the countries in which group operates is not available for use. Group dated operations and cannot be withdrawn without the approval of the relevant central bank. The level of reserves required changes periodically in accordance with directives of the central bank. Okay, you can ask a question, sir. It is cash only, no? Because the company nature is like that. This company is NBD, which is government company, so they do have some principles in place. So you have to be very cautious. Last year the balance is this, current year they went up actually. So this is how cash and deposits all are there actually in the place. Okay, so like this, when you come to the balance sheet, you will have a number onto it, which will particularly explains you about that particular transaction in the notes and accounts. What accounting standards has been followed. Okay, due to bank means if you go to the point number 16, there will be some explanation. Either a loan taken, like that, something will be there. Okay, so if you want, you can check on sample thing on the dues to bank, and with that, we'll go to the PowerPoint presentation for our syllabus of it. Because why I'm telling is this chapter needs some little bit of a practical thing, so that you'll get some idea how it is. Let us see point 16, and with that, we'll move on to the auditor's report. I don't take much of a time. 16 is here. Yes, due to bank. See, See, demand and cost deposits, balance with correspondent banks, repurchase agreement with banks, time and other deposits. So interest incurred or average. So they have given it is due to banks. Nothing much explanation given. They have given the interest incurred, which means that whatever the interest has been happening. So they have been given onto it much actually. So nothing much explanation given. But if you want to go into detail, they'll be having the information. Now coming back to here, so this is how the definitions takes place. Chances are there the 2 mark questions they might ask us. Sorry, guys. I think the line got disconnected. I was notified immediately. I didn't miss. I mean, it has been like almost 2 months. I mean, 5 minutes or more than 5 minutes.
Sir, it's been 5 minutes, sir.
Okay. From which, I mean, I was explaining you on this opinion paragraph. Correct? No. You didn't notice, huh?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Okay. I'll go through again in detail. Don't worry. Don't. No worries. No worries. Just hold on. Just hold on. Okay. So basically, this paragraph is opinion paragraph. If you see this, as I told you, where it is. Wait, 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 wait. So open. Yeah. You can see, no? You can see my screen. Can anyone confirm? You can see my screen, no? I mean, can anyone please confirm? Because I doubt that something, a problem happened in my system.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, what I was telling about this is the auditor's report which has been issued by the Emirates NBD Bank, which is based in Dubai actually. So, they are preparing the financials from the Jan to December year period. So, as I told you, the auditor's report title will be the always, even for us also, it is independent auditor's report only. And the title has been to whom it has been addressed. It has been addressed to the shareholders of that particular company because they are the users of the financial statements, main users. And the next will be the report of audit of financial statements. This is the next heading. And now each paragraph, under each paragraph, we have given some heading, which is called as opinion, basis of opinion. If you see my PowerPoint presentation also, the first paragraph is opinion. So don't get carried with opinion paragraph. This paragraph name is called opinion. So in this paragraph, what we are trying to tell is you need to identify the entity name that you have been audited. The TVS company of the financial statements have been audited for the year ended. I'm just giving an example. Okay, and then you have to identify that each element, that financial statement comprising of financial balance sheet, P&L, changes in equity, and also cash flow, refers to the notes of accounts, including the summary and the accounting policies. Okay, and finally, in our opinion, to the best of our information, explanation, because management is the one giving you the explanation, management is the one presenting the financial statements, so you are getting all these things. So whatever information and explanation given to us, you are ensuring that financial statement gives the information as required by the act. For example, if it's companies means, you have to follow the Companies Act. At the end of the day, it should give you a true fair view picture in conformity of the accounting principles accepted in India only, because you are preparing the financials based on the accounting standards in India only. So that's what it is. You are telling that if it is an international company means you have to follow NDAS. Okay, NDAS is totally different. But whereas if it's a normal company means gives a true fair view in conformity of principles accepted in India for the year ending on the date. Now, if this same paragraph, just a minute. No. No. Okay, so if the same paragraph, if you see this particular thing, you will come to know we have audited the consolidation financial statements, okay, for the NBD Bank, including its subsidiaries, which comprises of the financial position as at December, and also the income statement. You can see the cash flow, changes in equity, and also comprehensive income. In IFRS thing, in all the international companies, we do prepare this OCI, which they call it as a statement of comprehensive income. Okay, which is nothing but wherever all the appropriations, all those transactions or any investments valuations, wherever the impairment takes place, loss or profit, all those things are being accounted there. Okay, so these whatever transactions comes under comprehensive income will not come in the P&L. But at the end of the day, still it is a P&L only, but we call them as OCI, other comprehensive income. The movement of those specific transactions are being captured under the OCI. Okay, because here I have the experience to prepare the OCI, because since I worked in this company, previous company, 8 years, so we had the chance to prepare the OCI schedule also. Okay, so now so this is how the points are being dealt onto it. Now, if you move on to the next paragraph, basis of opinion. Okay, so this paragraph, which again it has been stating that the followed by the opinion paragraph. This is the most important thing. So next to the paragraph of opinion, we have the basis of opinion. Even if you see the international standards of reporting, you have the next is basis of opinion only. Okay, so there is no change. Okay, and it states that audit is conducted in accordance with the standards auditing 143 subsection. Why I mentioned this 143 is for you to correlate. Okay, but in the auditor's report, don't write this section numbers and all, please. First thing is you have to write paragraph first. It also states that auditor's responsibility further described under the responsibility of financial statement section. It contains that you are independent. No one can influence you, and you have to ensure that in accordance with the relevant ethical requirements, code of ethics issued by the ICI. So basically, it is nothing but when you are expressing your opinion in this paragraph. See, at the end of the day, you are giving your opinion in this paragraph. You are telling that we are independent of this entity, and we ensure that the audit has been carried out in accordance with the SA. Not only that, with also in accordance with the relevant ethical requirements, code of ethics, because we do have our own ethics issued by the ICI. We follow the respective act. Also, in accordance with other ethical means, it could be any other act, Companies Act, it could be anything. That is why we call it as other ethical. The first point is ethical means your code of ethics issued by ICI. Other ethical means sometimes you have to follow the respective act, Companies Act, or it could be any other act. So that is what we are trying to tell. Okay, and also we believe that audit evidence obtained by the auditor is sufficient and appropriate for what, to provide a basis for the auditor's opinion. So because at the end of the day, you are giving your opinion in this paragraph. Okay, now if I go practically for this paragraph in this opinion, you will see we conducted our audit in accordance with the international standards. We are telling SA, they are telling international standards. Our responsibility under those standards are further described with auditor's responsibility in a report. And we are independent. See, we are independent in the group. Okay, and we are ensuring that the international ethics standards is being followed. For them, it is their code of ethics, their professional standards. For us, it is a code of ethics issued by the ICA, and also other ethical responsibilities. See, why I'm telling is these are the key points are being addressed in this paragraph when you give an opinion in the auditor's report. Okay, there could be some paragraph remain static, will not be undergo any change, but there are some paragraphs are there where you have to express and give your opinion. Okay, so totally two paragraphs you have studied onto it, basis in opinion, basis of opinion. Before we move on to the next paragraph, okay, you take a small break. We'll catch up at what's the time right now? Shall we catch up at 12:30? Is it okay? Now, right now, the time is 11, sorry, 12:15, right? Or 12:10. We'll catch up at 12:30. Is it fine? Okay, 12:30, we'll catch up. Take a 20 minutes break. Once you're back, we will be dealing with this remaining paragraph, how it has been dealt, key audit matters, management responsibilities, going concern. Okay, so today we'll try to cover all these things. I want you to make sure that these are the how the paragraph have been dealt onto it. I don't want to rush anything in this paragraph. We will compare a practical that auditor NBD, the international bank, and then when you read the institute material, you'll get a firm idea onto it. Okay, let us take a small break. We'll catch up at 12:30. Thank you, guys. Shall we start or we'll wait for someone? Let's wait for someone, others to join this call. Shall we start or do we need to wait for some more? I think we need it to join. I think so. No one has joined. Okay, we'll wait for some more minutes, 2 3 minutes. running. Do you need to wait for someone, Varni? I think only you are the only one joined, I think so. Shall we wait? Or like... okay, we'll wait for 5 more minutes or 2-3 minutes. If they are not coming, then I will start and complete this particular chapter. So let us not wait for... Just check with them whether are they joining or not.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Is there anyone else to join or shall we start? Okay, we'll start actually. Because the time is running, I don't want to waste the time of you all. Uh, yes. So we were talking about this paragraph, like opinion paragraph and a best for opinion second paragraph. And before that, there is a particular thing we should keep in one point in mind. When you are expressing your any unmodified opinion, this could be a 2-mark question, okay, like a true or false, or even in MCQ one word question also can be asked on it. So when you are representing any unmodified opinion or expressing, you have to use either these two statements only. Okay, for example, I'll read this. In our opinion, accompanying financial statements, whatever the report, it has been enclosed to the auditor's report, present fairly in all material aspects in accordance with the applicable reporting framework. This is one way of expressing your opinion. The other way is same thing, accompanying financial statement gives a true and fair view in accordance with the financial reporting framework. See, either this or that you can give, but however, keep in mind you should not use the word subject to or like that, any exception, except like that, because here you are giving an opinion. So when you give like that, then it will not be like an opinion report. Okay, so this particular paragraph, what you are seeing on the screen is can be asked in the 2-mark question. Okay, be very cautious. So you have to know how the unmodified opinion are being expressed. Okay, so this is what's the most important thing actually. Okay, and the next paragraph is uh, yeah, key audit matters. Even if you see the our audit Deloitte auditors report, the first thing is as we speak, the title is there, to whom it has been addressed to shareholders, opinion is there, basis for opinion. The next paragraph is key audit matters. Here they are given many more pages, but you have to keep a point what the opinion is being expressed under the key audit matters. Or let me rephrase the question: what are the points are highlighted in this key audit matters? Being you are a chartered accountant, you will be the auditor of that external auditor for that company. So what matters you are going to disclose under this paragraph, key audit matters. So if you see the institute material, so again we speak that again these things and all 701 wherever I'm using is it is just for you to recap. Okay, but in the audit report, if you see there is nothing, no essay 701, nothing has been mentioned. It should be in the half paragraph. Again, I'm repeating, don't get confused and carry away. Okay, auditor's responsibility to communicate key audit matters. One among the point is those matters in the auditor's professional judgment. Yes, the most important thing is whatever the professional judgment sometimes you might have taken about it, okay, or management might have taken, you should have the chance to discuss on them. Then most significance in the audit of the financial statements, any impact. Then again, the most important is matters communicated with those charged with the corporate governance, TWCG, which is SA 260. Okay, correct, right? Even SA 260, no? Let me also make confirm. Yes. So SA 260 is one of the auditor's communication to be communicated with those charged with the corporate governance. So these are the topics of the key audit matters. Even if you refer these things in the real practical scenario in some any corporate entities auditors report, you will see these type of points only. Okay, and then enhance the communicative value of the report, providing a greater transparency about the audit and provides additional information that you are trying to show. It also intends the users. Users means it could be creditors or bankers or shareholders to understand the entities and the areas of the significant management of judgment taken. So basically, not only the professional judgment, any significance, communication with those charged the corporate governance, transparency, and also about the it helps to understand the users that they about the significant management judgment, what and all it is used, understanding in the financial statement, it will help you to help the users. So these are about the matters are discussed in the key audit matters paragraph. So when you write in the examination, it will be another different thing. Okay, and also determining the key audit matters further in detail. SA 315, you know that it is about the assess the risk of the material misstatement. You cannot write SA 315 and all, but you can write in half paragraph the areas have been assessed in terms of material misstatement, significant risk identified. Okay, and then the significant auditor's judgment related to the areas of financial statement where the management judgment is involved, and also accounting estimates 560. Okay, accounting estimates 560, right? Sorry. Yes, sorry, 540. I mentioned here 540 only, no? As 540 only, sorry. I told 560, sorry. It is 540. So another thing is efficient in the audit of significant events of transaction that occurred during the period. Anything significant. Like I'll give you a small example. AS4. Sometimes some event will be happening after the balance sheet date, but that is a significant event. So AS4 states that you have two options. Either you have to disclose in the board of directors report, or you have to take action by accounting the transaction which has happened in the after March. You have to account the transaction by giving a provisioning. So which we call it as either adjusting events or non-adjusting events. So these type of transactions are all significant event of transactions that occur during the period or also even after the period, balance sheet period. So you are trying to highlight those significant events that you have been accounted. So during the course of audit, all these things will be taking place. Okay. So this is about the key audit matters. And the next one is, if you see here, it comes to the management. See, all these are key audit matters only. Responsibility of the management and those with charge of the corporate governance. So they have a separate paragraph for that also. Now coming back to that again, management also it is there. So this they have been merged, whereas we have a separate paragraph for discussion of those with charge of the corporate governance, which has been dealt in the key audit matters. But here they have merged onto it, which is including management responsibility. Okay. Now when we come to management responsibility, the same paragraph here. Preparation of the financials in accordance with the financial reporting framework. Board of directors also is responsible for the matters under section 134(5). Don't write the section, but again 134 section subsection 5, what it is, I'm just trying to tell you. So they are responsible for maintenance of accounting records, safeguarding the assets, preventing of detecting frauds and irregularities, selection of accounting policies. You have to ensure the appropriate accounting policies are opted for preparing the financial statements, making judgments and estimates. So some transactions even is management responsible. At the end of the day, board of directors also responsible for all these transactions. Then internal control, implementation maintenance as management determines which enable to prepare the FS are free from material misstatement. Most important thing, whether it is due to fraud and error. Because at the end of the day, management's responsibility is to, they are the one preparing the financial statements in accordance with the financial reporting framework. So, and then it helps you to assess the entity's ability to going concern. Also, whether the use of basis of accounting is appropriate and disclosing properly. So board of directors is responsible for overseeing the company financial reporting process also. Not only that, even the entire thing. So they have to oversee onto it. So this is purely about the paragraph where you have to mention as an opinion for the management responsibility section. Now if you go to that a practical session for these things, if you read, you'll come to know management is responsible for the preparation of financial statements in accordance with the IFRS, but we are preparing with the accounting standards. And also for such internal controls as management determine enables the preparation of financial statements are free from material misstatement. Internal control. See, internal control is management determines which enables to prepare the financial statement free from misstatement. See, those critical points, same points are appearing in the form of paragraph here. You can see here, correct? So within the same paragraph, 2-3 points are getting covered over here. Not only this paragraph, even this internal control point also. And next one is in preparing the financial statement, management is responsible for assessing the group's ability to continue continuous going concern. See, assessing the ability to continuous going concern, then disclosing applicable matters setting going concern and accounting unless the management either intends to liquidate the going concern. So all these points are here. Okay, so this is how it has been dealt onto it. Okay, and if you want any further explanation to give about going concern, we do have a paragraph here, because among these points, 2-3 points, wherever it is applicable, you have to mention in this paragraph report. For example, if you see here, they have mentioned here matters related to going concern either intends to liquidate the group of the company. For example, it could be a going concern unless management intends to do the liquidation, otherwise there is no problem. So you are trying to express that going concern is a foreseeable future until unless managements are intent to liquidate the company, otherwise there is no problem. Like that, you are giving an opinion in this paragraph. That is the main history of this background on this paragraph. Okay, so this particular point, management intends to liquidate. You can see here I have mentioned here separately. Okay, where I have mentioned here somewhere. No, 1 minute. See here, general purpose of financial statement prepared unless management either intends to liquidate the entity or cease operation, no realistic alternative to do so. So this particular point alone, they have incorporated in the management responsibility paragraph, because you are highlighting one point, entity's abilities to going concern. You are quoting that yes, it is a true management is in preparing the management is responsible for assessing group consideration statement, and it is applicable for the going concern. So you are quoting that it is eligible for a going concern until it is intended by the management to liquidate. So you are trying to express this opinion in this paragraph. Okay. So again, what are the points here? It is nothing but it will help you to at least to correlate the keywords and no other option. You have to write a paragraph. You can present it up, but in reality, some words you cannot change. Wherever it is like a going concern, appropriate, financial reporting framework, these words and all you have to represent like that only. But the sentences can be coined like for like the verbs and nouns, you can shift it up accordingly. But make sure that at least to the extent maximum thing you try to replicate, especially this chapter alone. Other chapters it is not a problem, but especially for the auditor's report, no other option, because it's a static report. You cannot use your own words actually. Okay. Now, going concern, as per SA 570, we might have studied previously also, but however, I have given some key points which you saw that only this point alone, that liquidate point alone, it has been taken in the paragraph, but other points also it is there. You can take it up because we are in our institute material, they have presented all these points. Okay. Now, here comes the most important thing. So far, you're talking about the opinion, management opinion, key audit matters. Now, here is the auditor's responsibility. It has been dealt in 3 sections over here. Okay. Even if you come here also, see here, auditor's responsibility, very big actually, very, very important section. Okay. Okay. So I will tell you what it is given over here. First thing is objectives. So you have to keep 3 sections for you also, for you to easily remembering. First is you are ensuring that financial are free from material misstatement due to fraud and error, because that is the most important thing. And whatever your level of assurance, a reasonable level of assurance is high. It could be high, but it does not guarantee that the audit conducted in accordance, they say, will always detect the fraud material misstatement. See, you are trying to cover the entire 360 days transaction during the audit within a 10 days or 1 month span of time. Okay, for bank audit, certainly impossible. But you are trying to apply a reasonable level of assurance. It is high. Maximum level of assurance you are trying to opinion, but again you are covering your risk also. You are protecting your risk. See, giving a diplomatic opinion, not a guarantee that audit conducted is always in accordance with the SA, will always detect a material misstatement, because chances are that still some things can be hidden. It can be come out later. Then matters can arise from fraud or error. So some matters, misstatements can arise from whatever. Sometimes this could be either individual transactions or aggregate transactions, could be reasonably be expected to influence the economic decision of the users taken, or on the basis of financial statements. So sometimes these also can arise. So that is the most important objectives of the auditors for you in this first section. Okay. Now the second section is, as a part of audit, you are doing in accordance with the SA, which already we studied in the previous paragraph also. The second thing is, you should also exercise professional judgment and maintain professional skepticism. You have to keep on asking questions. You should also be very taking wise judgment when you're ensuring that the assumptions taken by the management or any estimates as per SA 540 taken by the management are in line. You should also exercise those professional judgment and review them, assess them. Then what will happen is, you have to assess the risk of material misstatements. Okay, and also obtain the understanding of internal control systems. Evaluate the accounting policy, whether the relevant accounting policy has been used for all foreign exchange transactions. You have to apply AS 11 only for monetary items and non-monetary items. Can you apply the policy for monetary, for the policy to be applied for monetary? Can you apply the policy for non-monetary items? You cannot apply. So the relevant accounting policies, and you have to ensure that everything has been taken care. Otherwise, what will happen is, it will cause a risk in the material misstatement. Then, to conclude the appropriateness of management use of going concern. See, again, that going concern point in the management responsibility paragraph, where you have mentioned about the going concern, where management responsibility is expressing that until unless it is intent to liquidate. Okay, whereas it is a going concern of possible future actually. But whereas in your paragraph, this particular going concern, you are trying to conclude the appropriateness, what the management has been used, how they are concluding, what evidence you have obtained, how come they are guaranteedly saying that going concern is about foreseeable future, it is going on what situation they are quoting that statement. So you should also evaluate, conclude, evidence obtained whether materially any uncertainty situation exists or not. If there is no uncertainty exists means, then fine, it's a going concern. Imagine there could be some situation will come, what to say, some materials will be banned by the government. Those materials will be a raw materials 80% for that particular company for production. Then that company finished it. You don't know when the government will ban, then you will not be able to procure materials, you will not be able to do the production, then no sales, then no profit, no salary for the staffs, big risk, no audit fees. So this is how the going concern will be impacting in practical situation. So why I'm telling this is because I don't want to bore you and read all these points like a paragraph. At least if I give you some situations on my practical experience what I had, that at least will help you to gauge it up. Okay, but focus on the examination point of view. Understand under this paragraph what has been discussed from auditor's responsibility point of view. Then to evaluate the overall presentation, and also in compliance with SA 600, which means that like you have been using the other auditors. For example, some branches and all, it will be very far away. You will be appoint some other local auditors internally there, and you will get the report from him, and you will rely on that report. Even still, it is happening. I am also in one of the WhatsApp group and many members forum group where they keeps on discussing. We do have a branch audit very far away. Anyone is staying there, then someone will raise hands. Okay, we'll do the audit, and they will discuss offline. What are the terms and conditions? So this is about the SA 600. So you will discuss, you will express your opinion about this also in this paragraph. Okay, and audit 3 communicates with those charged with the corporate governance about the scope and timing, significant audit deficiencies in internal control. See, this internal control is very, very important. This point not only comes in the management responsibility, even the auditor's responsibility also this internal controls will be appearing in. Okay, you can see here, right? Okay, so this appears in, even in this section also, this is keep repeating. Okay, and also for frauds, listed entities, it should be complied with the relevant ethical requirements. Other matters reasonably brought bear on the auditor's independence to be brought to bear on auditor. Key audit matters in accordance with the SA 701. So you should know basically what is 701, 705, 706, 700. Okay, and also 240 is risk is there. I mean the fraud or error. Okay, 540 estimates, internal control, 143.3. Okay, many things are there like this. Okay, so this is how it takes place now. Now let us go to the institute material and understand what it is. Okay, in addition to that, okay, after the auditor's responsibility, you can see here, correct? So you will see many things. You'll be able to see the same thing only. Identify, assess the risk of material management with a fraud and error, obtain understanding of internal controls. Whatever point you read there, it will come here only completely. Okay. In addition to the report, there is another paragraph called report on other legal regulatory requirements, which means that, for example, if you're doing an audit for a company, private company, or listed company, you have to follow these requirements where there will be some specific sections will be there. Like for example, if let us take company speech, you have to mention these regulatory requirements. In addition to this paragraph, you have to enclose the CARO report also. CARO. So this is what it has been dealt in the paragraph called report on other legal and regulatory requirements. I repeat, report on other legal and regulatory requirements. Okay. So like this paragraph will be starting with some few points where I'll take you to the institute material. Let us not read this. Let us go from the institute material first, and then it will be followed by the CARO report. CARO. Okay. So then he signs his, he puts his membership number. I think see 872 registration number. Okay, and his place, all his signing. So with this, the audit report has been done. Then the financials is getting started, balance sheet. Okay. So like this, if you take in Google any audit report, this is the basic format, and you have other sections, others information also it is there. Okay, whatever you can see, all these things comes under key audit matters. Lot of things are there given under key audit about the IT, most important related party as per AS 18, most sensible. In India, they'll give money, take money, and you don't know what has happened. So to avoid all these nonsense, whatever is things, you put it in the report. At least tomorrow you will cover your risk that you have assessed these things that happened and it has been taken place like that. So it is nothing but about the under the key audit matters, you have various sections are there. See, even loans, loss, impairments, many transactions are there. So it doesn't mean that even those who communication with the with those charged with corporate governance, only that point can be discussed. It can be discussed about many points, even professional judgment also. Whatever things can be discussed onto it. See, accuracy of the hyperinflation of the accounting results of Dennis Bank. Hyperinflation, which is a key audit matter, which you find it up. So whatever you feel, you can give a section under that paragraph and you can explain onto it. Don't write point wise. Huh? See, any audit report will not have point wise. Okay. Okay. Except here, for us, we have clause A, B, C, D, E. So that is a clause for us. It comes from the subsection 143.3 like that. Okay. So now I'll go to the institute material. I will tell you how it has been dealt onto it. Okay. Now, even if it takes some time, so that at least in the next class it will be easy topics only. I want to give you a detailed explanation much more on this auditor's report. Okay, there is an illustration is given in institute material. Auditor's report of financial statement of a listed entity prepared in accordance with the fair presentation framework. Okay, very good. For a purpose of this illustrative auditor's report, the following circumstances are assumed. So they are telling that these assumptions are taken. So whatever the assumptions they have given, you need to ensure that those points are also mentioned in the auditor's report as an opinion. Okay, be very specific. This is your requirement. Okay, so now they're telling us audit complete set of finances of a listed company. So it's a listed company. Next thing is Companies Act. Each word is very important. Okay, so that is the most important thing. Then so the audit is not a group audit, so which means that they are telling that it's not a group audit, means use of another auditors or joint auditors. So this essay does not apply, so no problem. So when they are mentioning specifically essay 600 do not apply, so you cannot mention this particular point in your auditor's responsibility paragraph. Okay, if you remember, we studied here, no? This under auditor's responsibility, this paragraph, this point you should not mention. When here the question clearly stated it does not apply. So despite of that, if you mention about this point, it is wrong. Okay. So the next one is financial statement are prepared by the management. Yes, we know that. In accordance with the accounting standard, yes, obviously they have to prepare that only. Under section 130 of Companies Act, terms of audit engagement, yes, as per SA 210, engagement will takes place. Auditor has concluded unmodified, which means a clean report. So here they are given this also. So now you have to prepare a clean audit report. How the auditor's report is prepared? Then the relevant ethical requirements that apply the audit comprise of code of ethics issued by the ICI together with the other relevant ethical requirements. So this paragraph we studied in the basis of opinion, I believe. Correct, no? If you remember, in basis of opinion, we studied this paragraph, the ethics point. So they are trying to tell about it. The next one is basis of audit evidence obtained. The auditors concluded that material uncertainty does not exist, and which may cause a significant that may cause significant doubt, and the ability is to continue going concern. So here you have concluded the evidence that there is no that there is no uncertainty any existing, which means that there is no impact in the going concern. It can continue for a foreseeable future without any disturbance. So because they use the word does not exist, so be very cautious. So they didn't say that uncertainty is existing. If it is existing means then you have to mention the report. It might impact the going concern. Okay. Then key audit matters as a separate heading you have to give. Then responsible for the oversight of the financials differ from those responsible for the preparation of financial statement. In addition to the audit, auditor has other responsibilities also recorded on the company side. This is the most important thing where it says about it. Reporting as per I told you, no, reporting on other legal and regulatory requirements. So this is the point it is. In addition to the audit of FS, the auditor has other reporting responsibilities required under companies, which means that CARO and other, including the CARO, those specific points also has to be reported over here. Okay. So by seeing this case law points in the examination, they might ask one question about this itself, explain that paragraph. So you should be able to focus. But here they asked you to give a complete auditor's report. We don't know. Questions might come also. So don't be the impression. So this is the title. Okay. This is the addressee to whom? Shareholders. But here they are given to the members. You might ask me. Probably you can also write the shareholders also. No, nothing. It's not a problem at all. Okay, and this heading is most common. The report or the audit of a standalone financial statements, or whether it's a consolidation. So you have to be very clear. If you see the Deloitte report, they have mentioned very clearly where this page. See, a report on the audit of the consolidation financial statement, consolidated. Okay, this is a standalone because it's single entity. There is no like you're doing consolidation as per AS 21 and all. So you have to be very cautious. What is the heading given? Okay. Now coming back to the first paragraph opinion, we have audited the standalone of the financials of ABC, which comprise the balance sheet, P&L, change in equity and the cash flow, and notes on accounts of the financial statement. Whereas in the IFRS, you have the extra one more line called comprehensive income, which is called as OCI. That is applicable for the IFRS. But here we don't prepare any OCI. But if any company prepared under NDAS, they have to comply onto it. Okay. So which is including the summary of significant accounting policy, notes on account, the paragraph wise, and other explanatory information which are included in the returns for the year-end audit, the branch auditors of the company. In our opinion, to the best of our information explanation given to us. See the paragraph. I'm showing simultaneously my PowerPoint also, so that you'll be able to correlate. See here, identify the entity. In our opinion, to the best of explanation given to us. This is the paragraph right now. The aforesaid exponential statements give the information required by the act in the manner, and the so record gives a true and fair view and conformity of the state of affairs of the company. So these 3 points very critical, which is more important. So this is the entire paragraph. What you are seeing here, the opinion paragraph only, they have explained it here. Okay, so they have given the sum of 2 paragraphs, but whereas I have given you point wise, but you make sure that the red ones alone is being presented in the separate paragraph. That is also most important. So don't mix up the paragraph and bring this paragraph as a first and second. No, you should keep this the red ones in the second paragraph only. Be very clear. Okay, don't change the order. That is also most important thing. Next one, basis of opinion. It is here the same thing only. In this paragraph, it talks about the ethics, and you are doing audit according to the SA. Ethics means not only the ethics issued by ICA, but also the other ethicals you need to follow onto it. You're in accordance with that. Okay, and also you believe that audience evidence are obtained sufficient appropriate. So these critical points has to be covered in this paragraph. Now let us go to the institute mirror and see what they are presenting. Okay, see here very small paragraph in one line paragraph. We conducted audit against the SA, the first line. See here, this section for this is our state audit conducted against the standards auditing. Don't write the section number, please. Oh, sorry. In this case, they written onto it. Okay, you can write it up. For this case, you can write it up. But majorly, it will not be there. But make sure that wherever section is appearing in the report, you have to present them. Our responsibility, sorry, our responsibility under those standards are further described for the audit of financial statement for the report. We are independent. See, this particular point we are talking about. Auditors are independent. So you are writing the word we. Okay. So at least you'll be able to always use the word we, so that at least when you, because at the end of the day you are conducting audit, we conducted audit. So you have to use that word we and then frame the sentence accordingly. So we independent in accordance with the code of ethics issued by the ICA, and also other ethical requirements also, which have been under the provision of the Companies Act. Because this report we are asked to prepare for a company. So in nutshell, you have to follow obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for opinion. So till that last point, I have just twice. Okay. So again, I'm repeating you, don't write any, especially these questions point wise. Always present them paragraph wise, and wherever it is given like 2 paragraph, you have to give it in 2 splits. Especially the opinion paragraph, you have to make it in 2 paragraph wise. Whereas for basis of opinion, 1 paragraph, it is completely finished. Okay. Next is key audit matters. Most important thing you can see here. Same thing. What in this situation, in this illustration, they have discussed about what has been given over there in the question. That particular point alone, they have explained in the key audit matters about. By assuming that I have also given some basic information, what are the matters are being discussed in this section. Okay, so this is just an example only for you. In reality, in the examination point of view, If they ask in general means you can present these entire points. If they specifically tell something means you ensure that those points are discussed over here. Now in this example they have given here matters in our professional judgment were most significant in audit of financial statements. These matters were addressed in the context of audit of financial statements and the whole forming an opinion, and therefore we do not provide us any separate opinion on these matters. So, so this is the most important because in this paragraph only they are giving an opinion. So what they're telling is, in our professional judgment, were most significance in audit definition of the current period. So so these matters are addressed in the context of audit in the financial statement as a whole, informing our opinion that we do not provide a separate opinion on these matters. So this is about it as takes place actually in this audit matters. But whereas in realities, you can even discuss about the matters those who charge the corporate governance, even if anything significant are there the financial statements. If you're feeling that it is more effective communicative means you can bring out these points also. But you have to write the form of paragraph like using the word we like that you have to frame the sentences and then you have to move forward. Okay, and it can be framed in any way. Every doctors give different report only. They are not using the same report, but there is a presentation is there. In the first page it will show a tabular form. Second page about the abbreviations will be given like that. They give thing, but the format overall skeleton, the financial reporting framework like that, they have the skeleton same, but inside the judgments and all will be totally different. Some doctors will say there's no problem. Some doctors will say you have to do operation. So like that, at the end of the day, this is a financial statement. Like doctors, they cannot pass any JV entry. In rectifying the financial statement, life will go away. Once operation is done, finish, you are gone. So financial statement, that's what it is very crazy. So we for us, if you do any mistake, just pass a rectification JV entry, get it rectified, and prepare a new balance sheet. Even auditor's opinion, you can modify your opinion, whereas doctors cannot modify any opinion. Lot of risk are there. Okay, with regard to life actually. But even for the users also here, if you give a wrong opinion, users will be finished. They will take wrong decisions. Money will be invested wrongly, and many things will be there, and you will be held accountability for it actually. The next paragraph is management responsibility. It is there. Again, it is also given like 2-3 paragraphs. Okay, it doesn't mean that you can also frame for this paragraph. You can do accordingly based on the requirements what they attention. They told about the going concern everything. You have to explain that paragraph also. If you read this, you will also come to know about that particular going concern, how it has been explained over here in this paragraph. Okay, and you can see here the rest other points, whatever we have described here, it is there given of paragraph. It also includes maintenance of accounting records, safeguarding of assets. You can see here, see in safeguarding of assets, detecting frauds and errors, irregularities. These are all management responsibilities. Okay, so because when you say this paragraph is about management responsibility, you are highlighting that the board of directors is responsible and they are responsible. It is not you, they. Okay, so in auditors paragraph you're using we have audited, but here the board of directors or they will be responsible. So when you're writing it up, see here those are also responsible. So don't use the word we over here. They, those who. So if you read, you will come to know. And second thing, to the extent the exam valuer will see whether have you understood that in this paragraph what points has to be disclosed. That is the most important thing. If you are trying to highlight the majority points, definitely the marks will be rewarded. But imagine writing the other way around, it will be a problematic case. Okay. Next one is auditor's responsibility. It is there. You can see here auditor's responsibilities. You have 3 sections as I told you. You make sure that break paragraph wise completely. Okay. And then other matters also there. Other matters means where sometimes you can say that some important information you can give. Even this section, it is a common, whether in my PowerPoint presentation I don't have, but if you want, you can add a section in your auditor's report, other matter, and you can explain them that we didn't audit like this. Especially in the bank audit and all, we will say out of 10 branches, only 4 branches were physically verified. The remaining 6 branches were not visited. However, the report, we relied on the report based on the report issued by the branch auditor, which is SA 600 will be applicable over here. And also you can see here there are a number of branches which we have not visited. So like these type of information you can cover it up, because this will cover you, protect your risk tomorrow when you are trying to say that the what to say, when someone picks any error or in the particular branch's financial statements, then you can say at least this report will qualify you. See, we have mentioned also, but however, we relied on the report issued by the internal auditor or the branch auditors. That will back you up sometimes. If imagine if this paragraph is not mentioned, then you are finished. They will say the external auditor who assigned the balance sheet is responsible for it because he didn't take proper due care taken. So this is how it takes place actually. Okay, and the last thing is after auditor's responsibility, other matters there. Other matters sometimes will be there, sometimes will not be there. But in this situation, they have given some questions in the top question. That is why this has been explained onto it. The last one is report on other and regulated criminals. As I told you, remember. So in this paragraph, most important thing is I don't have in the PowerPoint presentation, but I'll explain you what it is. There are some points from this A2. Okay, point number A2, I'll repeat. Point number A2, I. Okay, A2I or A2H. It is mandatory. The same points you have to replicate because why it is as per section 143 duties of auditors, we have to report all these points. Okay, these points I believe you might have studied either in the company audit chapter or in any other chapter. Same points will be replicating that you obtained all information explanation for the purpose of audit. In our opinion, all the books are kept with the law, they are kept with the company. Examination, adequate supportings are there received. Okay, the balance sheet statement are in agreement with the books of accounts. These points I believe you might have studied in the previous basic chapter, under the chapter objectives of audit like that. Okay, those basic points you have to replicate it over here under this paragraph. Okay, okay, and then after this H point, we have to continue with the CARO report also. CARO, company's audit report, which will be dealing it in the next section. Don't worry. Okay. So in CARO, I don't think whether I have this PowerPoint over here. Let me see whether if I have anything, I'll show it to you. No. See. Okay. I'll try to show the chapter. 1 minute. Let me try because then you will wonder what is Caro. Then you will keep on thinking this sir didn't taught us topics. Chapter 9, chapter 2. I think 9 should be there. I think so. Let me see. No. Chapter 2, 3, 4. And yes. Yes, I was wondering where it will go. Yes, it is here. I'll show this for you. Download. Go to the download. Okay. This is the entire company audit power because last time the old syllabus you have this chapter. So I prepared for the previous batch students. So here the car will be there. I prepared an exclusive chapter for this. All the sections will be covered here. See here. So this 143 subsection 11, you have to prepare the SCARA report. This will be applicable only for a set of companies. Banking insurance will not be applicable. Under this paragraph, matter 3, you have to discuss all these points. Fixed assets, inventory, company made guarantees. Many points will be discussed on it and you'll be highlighting whether the statutory dues are deposited properly or not, loans taken, company default, transaction not required, fraud, RP transactions, which covers 177, 188 section, AS18, Nidhi. If internal audit systems are not very weak, you have to report it over here. Okay, and transfer of unspent amount. Okay, and any qualification adverse remarks you have to mention over here. So all these points, whatever in the CARO, it will be applicable in this paragraph. Okay, where is this? Oh, no. 1 minute, please. Okay. So this is what it is. So under this particular section, you have to write these basic points. This point is more important, okay? And then only after finishing this point up till here, and then from here it will start all these points. We do not have any qualification reverse marks. From here onwards, all our points related to CARO, okay? Adequacy of internal controls, uh, and then the company has disclosed pending litigations. All these points will be covering under the CARO. So whatever that if I told you the CARO which contains some set of 21, 22 points are there. So those points have to replicate in the same sequential order how they have been prepared. Okay, could be some points might not be applicable. If not applicable means you can write that this point is not applicable for this CARO. Okay, so that at least the orders will not change in the CARO points and everything is there. Okay, so with this we will try to, and then after this CARO, then signature report, then this is done actually. Okay, so I took a sufficient time for you to explain by showing many practical situations how it has been done in the normal international audit reports. Okay, and then how these paragraphs have been dealt. Okay, description, other reporting responsibilities, other matters actually in this page I've given into it. Okay, but in PowerPoint presentation I have not shown anything. Okay, so this is how it been works onto it. Okay, so with this we'll stop this chapter right off now. Okay, I will do one thing. I will send this PowerPoint presentation, whatever today we discussed onto it, so that at least it will be easier for you to go through it up completely. Okay, and tomorrow we'll start in continuation with the remaining chapter like types of audit opinion. With that, we'll study about it. I think tomorrow this will be we'll be able to finish this chapter by tomorrow. We'll try our level best. And again, if time does not permit, means in the next week we'll try to finish it off on this chapter. And then after this chapter, then we'll be moving on only on the essay only. Essay, it will be like a children's story only. Like I'll be teaching you what is this, each standard, how it is applicable, and when it will be applied during the course of audit, and on what aspects, under what circumstances, all these things you will be able to understand onto it. Okay. So with this, we'll stop stop the session. I want to know anyone attempted the question paper or completed or anything. Be very transparent. Don't tell lies anything. I'm not going to force you. If you do, it benefits for you because you are going to appear for the January examination, correct? So if you do the things, I remember one of the student last time, a student very smart enough, boldly in the call itself, she asked me the basic question. She said, "Sir, I couldn't attempt this question, all the 14 questions, which is 70 marks within 1.5 hours." So she asked me, "Sir, I am lagging somewhere in the time management." Then in the call with everyone, I explained her how it has to be tackled and mitigated the time management. Okay, so that is the basic thing again, where everyone, including me, I also did the same mistake, and then only someone taught me, and then now I am teaching you as well, which is a life cycle only. Okay, so for you, from your point of view, it's all examination point of view. You have to get that 2 letter degree CA. That is the first primary. Next only all the rest will fall in place. Okay, so this is how it takes place actually, and so take it serious. Okay, I'm also trying to complete the majority of the chapters right now. So in module 2, I think how many more chapters are there? If I finish the audit report, 1 minute, let me check. So only the 7th chapter and the 11th chapter will be there, I think so. These two chapters are together with all essays only. Okay, so please ensure that this is taken care. And for that company audit, I will share that PowerPoint material today itself. Okay, probably I'm not sure whether that will be helpful for a law paper or not, because that PPT what you saw before, no, the company audit that was prepared based on the previous syllabus of your auditing material, institute material. But this time, I think this chapter has been moved to law paper. I understand from you guys, correct? No? Anyone can confirm me? Hello? Hello? All slept? Don't know. Company audit, don't know. So have you checked the model on which other chapters are available? You want me to check? Wait, let me check for you. So I think this company audit in this syllabus, I think it has been shifted to law paper. I believe. I think so. Okay. Anyways, we will see. Okay, in the next week session when we finish that model 2 completely, then we will see onto it. Okay. Thank you guys. Please let me know if you have any doubts. Please let me know. And after this call, I'll try to share all the materials for you. Okay. Especially what we studied right now, the auditor's report. Bye. Have a nice day.